You're listening to America's Web Radio on the AmericasBroadcastNetwork.com. Thank you for listening.
It's 1 o'clock Eastern Time.
Yeah.
And it's the hour of...
Let's talk Venezuelan.
Hello,
Hello,
David.
everybody. How you
Hello,
doing,
Brad.
David?
How are you?
How you doing? Bien, ¿y tú?
Bien, gracias.
How you feeling? Much?
I'm here.
You much better?
I still got knee problems.
Yeah. But the weather is awful, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's horrible. You know, I have to come back. I was driving all the way down south to the Covington area, and when I saw the traffic, I said, no, let me go back. I was going to be a spy in an event the Hen Johnson have today over there. That is going. It lasts from 10 o'clock in the morning to 2 o'clock in the afternoon. But the raining and the weather and the traffic, it slows me down at such a point that I say, no, let me go back, because I wouldn't be able to make it here on time.
I haven't heard, and I tried to look it up, and I couldn't get a good figure, but how much rain have we had in the past 2 weeks or month? Have you heard?
I don't know. No, I haven't heard.
The cumulative is
every time I cross, the Hattahuchi is the name. What's the name of the river?
Hattahuchi River.
Hattahuchi River, the one that grows this way here, is overflowing.
Wow.
It's overflowing the park. They have like some kind of walking area around. The people walk and they bring their dogs.
The water is completely on the
I didn't really get word until our minister at my church started talking about an ark.
An ark?
Okay.
Okay. That makes sense.
Well,
That makes sense.
If I hear the call, I'll tell you, because hopefully when that happens, they call the animals.
That's right.
Yes. So if I hear something, I'll tell you.
Because you're the cat, right?
Yes.
Live and direct. America's Web Radio standing on the bow of the ark. With all the rest of the pigs.
Oh my God! The pig, the chicken, those
Smell.
You see those animals who eat out of the dead. How do you call those? The flies, the black one. They fly.
Vultures.
Vultures.
Vultures, yeah.
Man, we are living in the era of vultures, and well, talking about vultures, what do you think? What do you guys think about the debate, the Democrat debate last night?
Vultures?
Yeah.
I had intended on watching it.
Uh-huh.
And I thought I'd rather watch grass grow or paint dry or something, but it was I kept saying, who's believing this? Who would buy into any of this garbage?
And it was
I have
against Sanders?
everybody against. No. They're supposed to be going against Sanders.
Yes.
But everybody start eating out of the flesh of
Bloomberg.
Mini Mike.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. So Mini Mike has last night, I think he got like 2 participation that he brought them back to reality.
Yeah.
Right? I believe it's 2 participation. I remember one. One is when he says, I don't understand why a millionaire man here who got 3 houses, he's talking about socialism.
Yeah.
Which part did I miss? Okay, that's one. And the second one is, you cannot get rid of capitalism. Other countries had tried with socialism, with communism, and it didn't work. So we need to stop this right here. So those were the 2, in my perspective, the 2 lighting moment of the debate last night.
Yeah.
Okay? If Tulsi Gabbard would have been there, it would have been 2 of them against the rest of the communists, because all of them are communists. All of them.
Yes.
All of them are communists. They are trying to destroy this country. Okay. And like I said, they remind me so much of promises about our countries. I don't know. Did you visit any Latin country before in your life, David?
Yeah, many years ago.
Which one?
Well, I've been to, and you can't really call it Latin, but I've been in South Jamaica, and I've been in some of the other. I've been to Brazil.
Okay.
And Puerto Rico.
Okay, yeah. They may not be a Latin because Latinos, because they don't have the Latino influence because the language and all, the races. But the mentality is the same as a Latino. It's a colonist mentality. They always waiting for somebody to tell them what to do, to let them what they have to wear and what not, what they eat and what they don't eat.
That's leading the sheep to slaughter, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
Exactly.
Exactly. Yes.
Exactly. That's the best way to describe it. Exactly.
And each one of them, regardless, the Jamaica, they speak English. Puerto Rico, they speak Spanish. In Brazil, they speak Portuguese. It's 3 different kingdoms. You see, 3 different colonies. There used to be 3 different colonies. They had the same mentality, what is the colonial mentality. We're gonna wait here until somebody from over there tell us what to do, what to think, what to believe, what. It's like the American way of living, which I admire so much about United States, is the individual.
Take the initiative.
Yeah. Each person take their own initiative. Each person, you have your talent, David. You have your talent, Carlos. And I have my talent. And each one of us have the freedom to develop each one talents. That's the beauty about United States. We don't know. You're not waiting here to ask for the government to let you know. To let you know when you can start something or when you can do something.
Well, I think I know Mexico well, and it's not just initiative, but it's almost and I like it personally, but that doesn't get a whole lot done. Let's have a siesta, and they don't want to work. They'd much rather have somebody making up their mind for them, and for lack of better words, a lot of Latin American countries and the people, they're lazy. Not all, but a lot of, they don't have the initiative, get up and get going. And
no, when I went to visit Madrid 2 years ago, Spain, I was walking on the street of Madrid. And then I went going to business because I like to shop. So I went to buy 2 pair of shoes. And the one who was selling me the shoes was a sudaca. Sudaca is what they call a lady or a person from South America. She was the one who was working in the store. Okay? And you are the owner? No, I just work for the owner. And where is the owner? Oh, he's in his house. Okay? And then I went and buy a yogurt. Another lady, sudaca, South American lady. And the owner was in the house, and she was running the business. So when I went, when it was about like lunchtime, you could hear all the Hispanians, the owners of the stores, outside sitting, eating lunch or whatever, while their workers or the people who work for them are inside, while they are, they are not working. That's the mentality. And then they close. I think they close 2 hours for siesta.
Yes, from 2 to 4, they close out all the business, but they instead to close at 6 or 7, they close at 9.
9 or 10.
Or 9 or 10. So the commerce is more active until 10 o'clock in the evening, and they have a lot of sales. During that time,
because everybody's out from work, right?
Yes, the offices do not use the siesta, but the rest of the people, yes. So the workers that
The
works,
small businesses.
yes,
They
so
use the siestas.
they use the siestas. So what happened? The people who is out of 5 o'clock,
Offices.
the offices at 6, they find all the stores open, so they can make some they can buy things at that time. So the economy works a little bit more fluid.
Yeah, it's not such a thing like here. You can find first shift, second shift, and third shift. No, it's not like that.
It's not like that. It's different.
You are tied up to one job. You don't have a chance to have another job. So it's that mentality that you were saying. It's only one, and that's good enough. That's it. It's not going for more. For example, I have a part-time right now, and then if I want to find another part-time, I will find it for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's it, right? And then if I want to work at nighttime, I can find out another part-time for the nighttime. Well, over there it's not like that. So that's the same mentality from the colonies. Our country's mentality is like that. But going back to the vultures.
The vultures.
Going back to the vultures.
With the vultures.
With the vultures, yes. That was insane last night.
Oh, yes.
That was insane. That was insane seeing how they were eating each other alive.
You know, in some ways, and you have to really step back to understand what I'm about to say, but, you know, I thought George Bush 1 had it wrapped up after he invaded Kuwait and did all the stuff, and I thought he had it totally wrapped up. I never saw a candidate this is my humble opinion, that I felt like he was doing everything he could to lose. He didn't do anything to win, in my opinion, and yet he had it in the bag. I thought he had it in the bag. Who wouldn't vote for a winning president, winning a war president? And yet, read my lips killed him.
Yes.
And he did, and that's what I saw last night in that stupid debate. They're doing everything they can to lose, and it's not one; it's all of them.
Yes.
And
all of them. That's why I say the only one who made a little sense, little. I'm not saying a lot, hot a lot. No, only a little bit was those 2 moments the mini Mike says about capitalism and how come the most socialist socialist in the country, Bernie Sanders, who's preaching and approaching and taking advantage of the socialism, promoting and he got 3 houses, and he's a millionaire.
And who declared in 2018 $400,000 in income from his books, plus 177,000 from the Congress.
Yeah.
So it's $577,000 a year as income. We'll return after these messages.
Want to give your family or loved one the perfect gift? Then go online and check out the TornadoBodyDryer.com. I love mine and the warm heat air massage it gives me after my shower. The Tornado Body Dryer is super. You'll love it, and you'll love having one in your shower. Get your pen and paper ready. If there is a way to learn their future, I'm here to tell you that the folks I used and now recommend is a Raintown Movers. Timothy and the guys recently moved me, and I am and was totally satisfied with a sometimes not so fun experience moving. Call Timothy at 770-378-4708 and make it a good move and a good experience. Around Town Movers for that local or cross-country move. Timothy, Around Town Movers, in my opinion, are the best. That's Around Town Movers. Call them.
The disease of addiction is a life-altering challenge, not just for the person suffering its effects, but also for the family and friends who support and love the one caught in its grasp. What should be the course of treatment? Who is the best person to render treatment? And what is the best place to go for the care that is needed? We know that you want answers to these and many more questions. Call 770-696-9862 and speak to a representative of the Atlanta Healing Center. We can tailor a program specifically designed to address the needs of the person suffering with an addiction, or give you guidance as to where that help may be found. Information is the key, and the trained staff at AHC is here to assist. If you wish, you can also get more information on the website located at www.atlantahealingcenter.com.
You're listening to America's Web Radio on the AmericasBroadcastNetwork.com. Thank you for listening.
1 second, I am in the radio right now. Can I call you back later?
Did you ever talk to Johnson about doing a debate here?
I sent tweaks, but you know he don't answer.
He doesn't
answer nothing. So
maybe he's scared that his seat could flip, or something like that.
I'll
put it out right now that America's Web Radio is offering Mr. Johnson a seat at the round table to come in and debate Johsie Cruz, and I'll take him on whether Guam is listing and about to sink. But beyond that, I won't go political, but he is welcome to come to one of the shows and debate Johsie, and I'll be glad to be the moderator, get the questions out, and if Mr. Johnson has the intestinal fortitude to stand up to someone that can do a whole lot better job than he's done over the past number of years that he's unfortunately held the office and done nothing for his constituents. So, Mr. Johnson, let's talk about Guam sinking. Come on.
Well, we went yesterday to Stone Mountain. Okay.
Yeah.
You received an invitation to the Mardi Gras.
But you have too much. Okay, this Saturday coming, the city of Stone Mountain is having
A parade.
Is the Mardi Gras parade.
The Mardi Gras parade.
So this lady who's organizer, she met me yesterday and she invited me to be on her float.
Her name is Mary
Stowell. See.
Yes.
So I just have to dress up like crazy. She say, dressed up crazy, and
it's a carnival. Yes.
And then it's a carnival. So and then she wanna make sure that I bring my sign, Johsie Cruz for Congress. And so she say it's good for you to participate because people are gonna know who you are, which is all my intention.
And it's the first invitation to a parade with
You got a
candidates.
lot of beads?
Yes.
I need to go to the dollar store to get those. What I did this morning, I went to buy some. The dollar store has some good socks. If you didn't know, I'm telling you, it has some good socks. So I went to buy some black socks for my little black shoes because I want to make it look like a boots, right? Because it's so wet out there and it's so cold. So, and when I see those feathers, those like a scarf but with feathers and green and gold, what I did was I bought 2 of them. So I'm going to be using that for Saturday. I'm going to be using some I don't even want to cover my face. I just want people to see my face. Probably I'm going to do a hat decoration, decorating a hat or something with Mardi Gras, and then yeah.
You got the feather dancing there? Is that
we can have a capoeira or something
Capoeira.
okay, or some samba dancers. I don't know.
The little town is very it's a nice little town.
Yes.
The main street is nice.
It's beautiful.
You can walk. Everything is very, it's, the police department is close, very close to the main street, and the people are very friendly. But then you go a little more far, and then you cross the line of the train, and then this when in the other part of this Stone Mountain shows up. That's where it's a little more. It's different. You can see the different opportunity ways. You can see it. The part of the town, the original town, you can feel the prosperity. You can feel that people are, going
thriving.
Thriving. But then when you cross those lines to the other side, I feel when I drive, because I drive around that area, you can feel the environment, not only the environment, but you can see the streets, the sidewalks, how deplorable, neglected it is, abandoned. I mean, I feel like I'm visiting a third world country, little town from 300 miles away from the big city. And I'm talking Stone Mountain is right there next to Atlanta. I mean, I'm not talking about south over there, Vidalia. I'm not talking about those areas that are rural, right?
You are not in the Everglades. You are in very near of the capital of the state.
Yeah, and
so neglected.
The city of Atlanta is growing, and is expanding to that side. It's not expanding to this side anymore, because this side the side of Marietta, Kennesaw, all that is getting expensive to buy a little land. But if you go that area over there on the east, you can find good houses in good price and a good land price too. So Atlanta, the Metro Atlanta is expanding to
the
that
district
area,
number 4.
to the district number 4, to the district all the way to Covington, Porterville is the city,
Yes.
the last one.
Well, from what you're saying, they need a leader, not someone that's worried about an island in the Pacific
No.
sinking.
No, they need.
Yeah. What they need.
She's doing right now a tour on all the.
The peripheria,
yes,
like outside. I'm almost finished with the outside cities.
Wow.
Okay? Outside. And then next month, after qualification.
We went to the councils, and we met the mayors and the councilors on each city, and asked them what the city needs from the federal government, and they already gave us some wish list, like Santa Claus is coming to town. No, it's not Santa Claus is coming to town. It's that the representative has the duty to represent everybody
And every town, every city, every constituent
and know the needs
of a political party.
of not of the political party. No,
Exactly.
it's not the political party.
Exactly.
It's the 753,000 inhabitants in the district, and what the district needs, and ask for assistance in case that we need asking for assistance for the federal government. Because if you don't use it, you lose it. And during the last 12 years or so, it's a little bit more, they neglected all that part of the duty of
The infrastructure, and that's what we were talking last night, is the infrastructure is being neglected. So probably the money is coming down to the district, but the money is being distributed in a different way.
To somebody's back pocket?
yeah.
Could be, or the other way could be that he created a lot of welfare programs that are taking these people to be in the system over and over, and by neglecting the physical part, by providing them housing, food, cash, telephone. You know what I'm talking about, the welfare. Those kind of program, but not only the welfare, but also like groups like ONGs, like that goes to the little and the little, the poor areas and give things for free away. Those are the programs that keep people dependent and in poverty. So my proposal is to come in and talk to the parents, especially to moms, because let's talk clear. In the district, the majority of the voters in the district are the minorities black. Okay, they are the majority.
60% of the district is black, 30% is white, and 10% is between Asians and Latinos.
And one something Native Americans. So my idea is to come in and have a talk with the parents, specifically to the moms. I say, okay, mom, I understand where you are. I understand where you're coming from. It's going to be difficult for you to get out from the system because you already have 4 or 5 kids. But if you allowed us to work with your kids to show them that this is not the only way that your kids can live their life in the future, we can show them there is other way, and then win them out of the system. Win them out of the system, teach them. Of course, we are not going to have 100% achievement.
No.
But if we have 50%, 60% of winning them out from that situation, I think we can change the mentality and the dependency on government.
Absolutely.
The dependency on government.
Absolutely.
But going back to the vultures, Mr. Mini Mike was asking Mini Mike. He was talking to Sanders about he's having 3 houses, right? One in the lake, one in Vermont in the city, right? One in the lake on what state? The same one? Vermont?
Yes.
One in the lake. I mean, it's like a vacation.
In Claremont Lake. But the thing is, no, I'm like a lot of Vermont citizens that has a cabin in the lake. Cabin in the lake, a fire rooms, a house with the beach and everything on the lake. And you qualify that as a cabin, a $600,000 cabin,
and then a house in Washington, and a house in Washington D.C.
Okay.
So we'll be back.
Whether cruising the strip in a 57 Chevy or taking the family on a vacation in a 71 Oldsmobile Vista Cruiser, you need to tune in to Classic Cars with Steve Ronaldo and Jim Weber every Saturday from 8 to 9 a.m. on americaswebradio.com.
You can keep your doctor, you can keep your plan, and every family will save thousands of dollars a year. I'm Ellen Deal, and if you've been hurt by the Affordable Care Act, you can email MAGA45CAG@gmail.com to see if we can help. Small business owners, individuals, families, and baby boomers, email MAGA45CAG@gmail.com for 3 easy questions to determine if you can get away from Obamacare. I'm a 20-year veteran of the insurance industry and here to help you for all your insurance needs.
Get your pen and paper ready. If there is a live and learn their future, I'm here to tell you that the folks I used and now recommend as a Raintown Movers, Timothy and the guys recently moved me, and I am and was totally satisfied with a sometimes not so fun experience moving. Call Timothy at 770-378-4708 and make it a good move and a good experience. Around Town Movers for that local or cross-country move. Timothy, Around Town Movers, in my opinion, are the best. That's Around Town Movers. Call them.
You're listening to America's Web Radio on the AmericasBroadcastNetwork.com. Thank you for listening.
So 3 houses, two in Vermont,
Yeah.
and one in Washington D.C.
And Washington D.C.
Close to the area that he
Yes,
works.
Yes.
So
And
how
he
much?
and he says that the house at the lake doesn't belong to him, but to a trust. Okay.
A trust.
A trust.
And
yeah,
who gives him a
fund.
trust?
A trust fund. Yes, his family trust fund.
Okay. That he reminds me so much of Venezuelan politicians.
Oh yes.
He reminds me so much of Venezuelan politician because I remember, Carlos, probably you remember better than me. I remember when Hugo Chavez came into power, right? And he was promising all this justice for all, no?
Do you know something?
And at the end, his pocket got so filled with money, okay, that his daughter is the most richest
She's
woman
the richest woman in Venezuela.
in Venezuela. One of his daughters.
Yes.
The other one is still living in the White House over there
Yeah.
because she's married to
To the vice president.
the vice president.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so and then the son got money. The other daughter is going to school in France in a famous university,
La Sorbonne.
the Sorbonne. Okay, and you know that's not free.
No.
You know that's not free.
No. It's
So
it's pretty expensive. The apartment where she's living, I think, is about 6 million euros.
That's the cost of the apartment.
Yes.
She bought it in cash.
Her mom, yes.
Her mother bought it on cash.
Yes.
For her to be in France and study. And her mother is with her?
Yes.
Oh. O sea, la belleza, the beauty face that she have now, she looks like a witch, you know that?
Yeah.
She's ugly. But
Yeah.
anyways, she got money. And she should be fixing her face anyways. And her appearance. She used to be a beautiful lady.
Yeah.
But she's example of what socialism can do in your body.
Yeah. The bad thinking, you know. That's another program.
That's another program.
That's another program.
The emotional, psychological,
Yes.
spiritual influence of the
influence.
socialism.
Yes, because
Destruction.
it has a lot to do with witchcraft and all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
It's
you
the
know.
same thing with the wife, the first lady of Nicaragua. Remember how beautiful she used to be?
She used to be a beautiful lady.
And you see how she looks now?
Yes.
She looks like you remember that movie, The Ring of the Lord?
Yes.
Precious.
Precious.
Precious. Okay,
Yes,
she looks like Precious.
Yes. Yes, that's right.
That's another day for that program, right?
Another program.
Another program.
That's and it has to do a lot with spiritual and psychological
And emotional.
and emotional things. Yes, definitely. But the problem right now is that they want to sell us socialism in United States.
In United States.
Okay, the academy, the universities
Oh my
are
God.
full with communists. Okay, the academic freedom is over. The First Amendment in the public universities doesn't exist. Or you are socialist, or you lose your degree or whatever. Okay, there is at least I located at least 2 persons that are in that in public universities here in Georgia.
They are communists?
They are completely communist. They promote communist in the university. Okay, and if you do not agree of what they are teaching,
You don't
out.
graduate.
You don't graduate. Period.
Oh, okay.
Okay? It's very abusive, but that's the way the communists.
That's the way that they take power,
they
because
take
that's the same
power.
way in Venezuela.
Okay, and so yes,
In Venezuela it's
absolutely.
like that.
Okay.
I mean, they can talk all about UCB, la Universidad Central de Venezuela, and this and that, but all what they teach over there is communism.
It's so,
Communism.
so the same
communism.
happens. The same happens with entertainment. If you see,
Did you notice? Well, before we
now,
go to, we go,
now,
before
now
we go
can
to the
talk to the
entertainment,
Oscars, for
the Oscars.
example.
Uh-huh.
They lost during this last Academy Award. They lost 31% of the audience,
Viewers, the
of
viewers.
viewers.
Audience, okay.
31% of the viewers do not want to watch a political program disguised as an entertainment.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's what they were doing for the last 8 years.
Yes.
And people got tired.
And people got tired.
I was so tired. I don't even watch that since 10 years ago. I don't watch those.
So the academy, the entertainment, and the press. Okay, and remember what this Italian guy said about to destroy. To get into that part of the society, to destroy the values, in order to replace the traditional values of a society with socialist values. Okay, at the end of the line, this is a power struggle. That's it.
Yes.
Okay, when you check the socialist agenda, is the Prince of Machiavelli.
Machiavelli.
Okay? The Prince of Machiavelli is you have to take power, whatever it is, and you have to
By any means.
and you have to conserve the power.
Conserve. Yeah,
Okay.
that's what's going on in Venezuela. They took power and they are conserving. They are holding up to the power. And while that is helping, the false opposition is helping, because they know if Maduro goes, they're gonna go with him too.
Absolutely.
Because they are being like this, working together. Like, look at this. How you the machine.
Yes,
You know?
it's like a clockwork. It's like different wheels in the same clockwork. The problem with Venezuela is that it's a discussion among socialists.
Yeah, which one?
My socialist is better than yours, and I want a fair election in order to see if the people wants your
socialist or my
socialist.
Exactly.
There is not
they're speaking now about elections.
Yes.
And they want Maduro
to be candidate.
to be a candidate. They say the best way to do the election is to let him participate, so people can pick and choose if he was a good president or not a good president.
They are not really a political divide.
No,
they are not defining anything. Okay, so it's not capitalism or open markets against the state control of the economy.
Some people are talking about, no, what happened is they are social democrat. There's not the same about democratic socialists.
They're the same thing. Remember what Ayn Rand said about social democrats and communists. Okay, social democrats is trying to bring people into communist with the vote. Okay, while communist wants to bring communist
by force.
But at the end of the line, the result is exactly the same. It's like if you suicide or somebody or dead by death squad. At the end, you are dead.
At the end, you are dead. Yes.
Okay. So socialism is a way to paint like, no, they are progressives. No, they are not. Progressive is a term that is bringing socialists in a progressive way taking out your liberties little by little, like a
mentality,
like a frog into a
boiling water.
On boiling water. If you put the frog in water and you warm it up little by little, the frog is not dead until the temperature is enough to kill him.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he doesn't feel it. In the process, he doesn't feel it. And then that's what they're doing with us. We are the frog, and the progressivism is the fire.
It's the fire.
It's the fire. Well, let me tell you something.
That happens in Venezuela. The process took 80 years.
80 years.
In Venezuela, it took 80 years. Okay, it's not that Chavez is the dictatorship that came.
Like the Cubans say, he told you guys don't vote for him because he's gonna be Fidel Castro. No, it didn't come with Chavez. It came from before. Chavez is just the consequences. Yeah. But I was checking on my Twitter this morning, and then I crossed with this Twitter a lady from Oregon. She's one of the commissioners. She's a Bernie Sanders surrogate. Okay. She's Muslim. And she was saying in her speech that we, America, need to bring down capitalism. And we need a strong socialism leadership where the working people have to take control of everything. And we need to destroy the capitalism in this country. So, what I'm trying to say with this is you can see she's a perfect example of how the socialists, the communists, the left, however you want to call it, the communists are working together with the Islamists to destroy what is America is all about.
Yes.
Okay? In this case, by her supporting Bernie Sanders.
Yes.
So the candidate is supposed to be Bernie Sanders, the millionaire with 3 houses, okay, and with a good salary, and sells books.
Yeah.
I have some books, right? I wrote a book, okay, and I haven't sold no book.
Not yet.
Not yet. I'm giving them away.
Okay, but he's been writing books since the 60s, so. But I cannot believe that he sells more books. Okay, he sells more books than superstars are selling CDs or music.
So how the thing works? Is somebody buying and distributing to the libraries? Are donated into the libraries, so a lot of people get into.
That's a way to investigate it into the ethics. Yes, at the Congress. Okay, how he got $400,000 a year selling books. It's like Mrs. Chavez selling Avon. And she said that she's millionaire because she sold Avon.
And Avon went to bankruptcy 2 months later.
Yes. We'll explain that after these messages.
You can keep your doctor, you can keep your plan, and every family will save thousands of dollars a year. I'm Ellen Deal, and if you've been hurt by the Affordable Care Act, you can email MAGA45CAG@gmail.com to see if we can help. Small business owners, individuals, families, and baby boomers, email MAGA45CAG@gmail.com for 3 easy questions to determine if you can get away from Obamacare. I'm a 20-year veteran of the insurance industry and here to help you for all your insurance needs.
Get your pen and paper ready. If there is a move in your near future, I'm here to tell you that the folks I used and now recommend is Around Town Movers. Timothy and the guys recently moved me, and I am and was totally satisfied with a sometimes not so fun experience moving. Call Timothy at 770-378-4708 and make it a good move and a good experience. Around Town Movers for that local or cross-country move. Timothy, Around Town Movers, in my opinion, are the best. That's Around Town Movers. Call them. This is America's Web Radio. Would you like to have a show, talk about your business, or express your opinion on America's Web Radio? Just email gm@americaswebradio.com and we'll get back to you. Thank you.
And this is
Let's talk Venezuelan. So going back to the vultures, last night, it was a party. It was depressive. It was like a what the?
The vultures, los samuros.
Los samuros. you were thinking like, what the heck is going on with these people? But not only that, they didn't learn the lesson, David. They didn't learn the lesson. Do you remember in 2016 when they came out with the video about candidate Donald Trump talking about woman's, Rosie O'Donnell being a pig, and the other video about if he wanted to do something to a lady, he just could do this and whatever. Remember?
Yeah.
And the people didn't fall for it. Remember? People didn't even fall for it. I mean, they didn't even care. That's why he got elected. It looks like an American citizen grew up about that concept of the president has to be a perfect person, cannot have no faults in the past. It looks like American people woke up and they were thinking, okay, we are not electing a preacher, we are not electing a priest, we are not electing a saint. We are electing a president.
And what we are looking for on a president.
Exactly. So what happened last night, what I'm saying that is because Elizabeth Warren last night troll, I feel sorry for Mike, Mini Mike. She was trolling Mike last night because this week there was like a three or four different videos came out from their darkness about Mike, the things that he did in the past when he was in charge of some companies. Like he got he offended some ladies, and then he offended some black and Latinos, and then he offended some pregnant ladies, and he offended
The farmers.
the farmers.
The farmers.
You saw that this
Yes.
week, right? All
This is a bad mistake that most people don't know, and most people don't have the opportunity to live on a farm, our farm, or anything else. They have a picture. Maybe they have a picture from a book about a farmer, or this is what a farmer does. But I know from experience. My degree's in agriculture, so. Not only is my degree in agriculture, but I also farmed for 5 years and still own a small farm. And I work here from daylight to dark, but on a farm you work from dark to dark and
Yes.
more.
Yes.
And many times I've been up at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning changing the water if I'm irrigating, or at
And
all hours.
it's a highly technificate environment.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
So
And
you have to control the soil. You have to control the water. You even have sometimes to control the air. It's very
the one thing you can't control, as I learned very quickly, is you can't control Mother Nature.
No.
And I have been to the point that I had a beautiful crop. I was looking forward to tomorrow, and went to bed, and the next morning I had nothing. I'd been hailed out and
Exactly.
totally destroyed.
Yeah, like
And,
they were talking.
I told they used to have they'd have deals going out to Vegas, and I said, why do I need to go to Las Vegas when I've got 1,000-acre gambling machine that I work day in and day out?
Yes.
It's a bigger gamble than ever going to Las Vegas because like I said, I've gone to bed at night with a beautiful crop, waked up the next morning and had nothing but stalks and just nothing, and replanted, and for Bloomberg to say a farmer is dumb is just,
it's like
he has to be a chemist, he has to be a entomologist, he has to be a herbalist, he has to be, a farmer is a lot of things. He also has to be a businessman.
And every person who lives in a city who is eating, they need to thank a farmer.
Yeah, they should.
We, United States, are the one who supplied the most beans, to the war. To the war.
A lot of somebody said that a lot of people think that the vegetables grow in the back of Kroger's, that they're doing it all in the back.
Well, if you ask the kids today, teenagers, they would answer you that way.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, it's
and
true.
it's a shame because the farmers are the backbone of the country, and actually they're the backbone of the world.
And why do you think Chavez destroyed the production in the country? Yeah. Why do you think he destroyed the farmers? Why do you think he took the cattle? He took the land from people who were for sure providing the food to the big cities? Why? Because he wanted to break the country.
Yeah.
And that's the only way that you can break a country, is by expropriating here, taking away from here,
destroying the production. Destroying the farming production is the best way to destroy a country. That's why you got this balance in the supply and demand and the markets, and you see in the socialist country those red lines because there's
no
productions anymore.
Yeah.
So that's the way it works, socialism.
Yes. And the lesson that
they don't show that these professors in this university,
they don't want to show that part.
They don't show that part.
Even Bernie Sanders said the socialism that he wants is not the one from Cuba and Venezuela.
No, he wants the socialism in Nicaragua. That's the one that he likes it.
Okay, going back to what happened last night with Elizabeth Warren, right? With the Pocahontas. With Pocahontas, yeah. She's trying to minimize in his face all this, how he treated these people and this. You know what, David? Nobody cares about that anymore. Nobody cares about that anymore. Nobody cares if Carlos say 30 years ago, I'm going to grab somebody else behind. Or if you say 50 years ago, I want to go and sleep with so-and-so and pay her so-and-so. Nobody cares about that anymore. Because first of all, that is in the past. Second, the past, you cannot fix it. It's done. So coming now, okay, but are you going to apologize? I already apologized. That's what he said. Yes. Okay. You apologize, but what else do you want, Elizabeth Warren? What else do you want? No, those ladies have to come forward and talk about what you did. Well, it's up to them if they want to come forward or not. We didn't. How much money did he pay for arrangement?
And if they have a non-disclosure agreement, and if
they want to break that part too.
Okay, so they want to break the legal system, not only the moral system, but the legal system.
The legal system.
If we have an agreement and I pay money for that agreement and you sign it,
you cannot come now. You cannot come with that now because I already pay you.
It's like an it's named off the court agreement, something like that. Okay, it's a contract. So what's your problem?
It's the socialism, like you just say. They want to break down the moral. They already broken down the moral. They want to break down the justice system. They want to break down the ethic, the values, everything. They just want to destroy the country and rebuild it back again and become like Nicaragua.
Like Nicaragua, yes. Like, they have a piñata, for example, in Nicaragua. There were a distribution of wealth only for the leaders of the revolution. Okay.
Yeah, they're the one who took away from
yes,
from people.
and they named that La piñata.
La piñata,
La
okay.
piñata, yes. It's like la piñata, Mexican piñata. Where,
Okay.
But they break the piñata and they take everything.
Uh-huh. And what was included in the piñata? What was inside the piñata?
A lot of properties. The president in Nicaragua lives in a house that belongs to an entrepreneur in Nicaragua, and he's simple.
He took it away from there.
He took it away from
The
them.
same agenda what Hugo Chavez did in Venezuela.
Identical.
Identical.
Yes.
Okay, that is what is socialism.
Yes.
Okay, now with America,
Is the
now
old- is the old feudal-
Sanders cannot even explain how he's gonna pay the Medicaid for all. He cannot even explain that anymore.
And he said that a 5-room mansion in a lake as a cabin.
As a cabin.
He described that as a cabin.
As a cabin.
Okay, do you know something? Are you joking to the intelligence of the American
What
people?
did I miss?
Well, yes.
That's what Miney Mike asked yesterday. What did I miss here?
Yes.
What did I miss here? A millionaire preaching socialism, and he owns 3 houses.
And what kind of production? What kind of something he did in order to get that?
Well, I work on government. Oh, that's the number one error.
Okay, no, and he writes some books. Hey, wait a minute. He's not
producing anything.
He's not producing like Microsoft or iPhones or applications. No, he's writing.
He's never had a job, nor has he ever owned a company.
Exactly.
Nor has he ever employed anyone.
You got it.
Exactly. You got it.
You got it. You got it. And he's a millionaire.
And he's a millionaire.
Could you explain that? Could you explain that?
Yeah.
And then the people are buying the idea. The people buying the idea that they're gonna become millionaire like he is. No, honey, he already sold the idea. You will not have a chance to become a millionaire like him because he already sold it.
So where you have to follow the money. We have to follow the money of Mr. Sanders, where it is coming from, and how he.
If I'm not mistaken, I remember when we were doing the Spanish communication. If I'm not mistaken, he got the lake house after he gave up his right of becoming the Democrat candidate, official candidate for the Democratic, for the presidential. He got that house after he recognized Hillary Clinton.
Yeah, Hillary paid him off.
Exactly.
That's what I heard.
And that money comes from
us.
Okay. Ouch. Yes.
I want to remind everybody that following in just a few minutes, we'll do the same Let's Talk Venezuelan in Spanish. So for those that like to hear it in Spanish, stay tuned, and at 2 o'clock, we'll start speaking Spanish instead of English, and we'll have...
Let's play something, and then we can go, right? To the next one?
Yeah, we'll take a quick break, and then we'll come back and be speaking Spanish.
Thank you. See you next week.
Yo soy venezolano de la pura capital, del eje de mi tierra, del Distrito Federal. Yo busqué lo más central y no pudiendo en catedral, nací en la esquina El Conde, en la propia calle Real.
If your health insurance premium is more